teacher at Denfeld High School. He taught physical education, and he was known for teaching pickleball way before it was popular. Ballroom dance, and is also his extremely popular weight training class.
Coach Mooers spent 26 of his 30-year coaching career right here at Denfeld High School coaching football. He was known for the tradition of the Denfeld Football Olympics, which included the egg toss, the tiger throw, and tug of war. He's also known for running the wing tee offense and had each one of his teams perfect the fullback track.
Coach Mooers also spent 9 years coaching girls and boys track and field for Denfeld. His expertise was the shot put. As one of his former student athletes, we, the shot putters, had the most fun at practice and at meets with Coach Mooers.
David Mooers also spent a large part of his career giving back to youth sports in Duluth. He coached Mooers boys hockey, Denfeld youth boys basketball, Denfeld youth girls basketball, Denfeld girls basketball traveling team, Duluth youth flag football. He also coached in the Duluth Junior League football league for the KC Raiders. I was one of his players.
David has received several awards through the years, such as the 2006 UWS Cooperating Teacher for the Teacher for the Year award, the 2004 Minnesota High School Football Coaches Association High School Football Conference Coach of the Year, and the Northern League Conference Coach of the Year.
David's passion and commitment to the academics and athletics at Denfeld High School is exactly why he's being inducted to this Hall of Fame. It is with immense pride that I'd like to welcome my grandfather
And my father, David Mooers.
Thanks. Good morning. First, I want to make a comment about football teams that sit right here. During Sundays, and we always sing on your ass, on the football thing. And we got trouble singing it in here, so we had to change it to on around, all around, in and out of turn. Which we did. Being inducted into the Denfeld Hall of Fame is an incredible honor, not just for me, but for the teachers I work with and the assistant coaches that sit on my side. I can't thank them enough for this recognition. I'd like to begin by thanking my family. That was my daughter, my grandson. Grandson actually was a quarterback at Duluth. I'd like to begin by thanking my family. I had the unique opportunity to coach my children and grandchildren. And what was nice about coaching my kids is I go home and they say, you don't have to let them play. Or they say something about, my daughter would talk about how our vessel taught something a certain way and I learned more ways to do things. They help me to become a better coach and a better person. I also would like to thank Linda Mooers, who was a great help in organizing ideas and moral support throughout my career. My assistant coaches were an enormous part of the journey. And I want to especially recognize Frank Huey, who we lost this past year, and Doug Gray, who was a player of mine that came back and coached while he was diagnosed with cancer and passed away the following year. I'd like to congratulate all of today's inductees. I had the privilege of coaching several of them, Angelo, Mike Tusker, and the current principal, Tom Tusker, and the Winkleskis, two of my favorite parents. Eric Winklesky, here where he made one of the best calls that ever made that ended up in the paper. The paper said it was a great call. So Eric was I'd like to thank the administration and staff for supporting me, including Bill Westman, who's also here. He was really gave me a lot of guidance, not only teaching, but in coaching football, having a former coach himself. And then Claudia, she actually was the person that was running the school. And I worked with an amazing team of people in teaching K-Block, K-Block, Russell, and Doug McIver. Together, we introduced pickleball over 30 years ago. We used pickleball and basketball to train for football in the summers. And I love teaching ballroom dance. Combining classes, and we taught together, and actually there, we would come down and help teach it, so with other teachers, and then we actually take classes, I think Aaron and I took a class together so we could become better at teaching dance. My love of sport started early in my life. I was 9 or 10 years old, I went to work K through 12, and that was it. And we went over to Blackbird Park, my brother and I, and we were on our bikes. And we had football, we didn't know what football was. But we were like, what's that? You know, and football. Because back then they had black and white TV, and it's not like this today. So my dad, he took my brother and I to Campbell's, and we bought our first helmet and our first shoulder pads. So my brother and I were going back there and block and tackle each other. And what happened was, we actually started our own, Drew really hadn't started that. So we started our own league in Morgan Park. What we did is we meet at the clubhouse, and you 4 downs to score, and it was 50 yards. We didn't know the rules, we just played. But anyway, there was 3 teams. There was the old side of the park, the new side of the park, and the Catholics. Well, some of the Catholics are on our team, but they didn't go to Crocus. Then when junior started, then I kind of took over for us. We got introduced to Gary kids and the Duluth kids, Riverside kids, and I'd like to recognize my junior league coach, Shirley Morrison, high school coach, Dick Forward, Wally Strand. When I was a junior, senior, we went undefeated for 2 years. We were voted medium school state champions because they didn't have a playoff. After that came college, I played football at Concordia College. I actually got to play football against my brother, who was playing for the Sailors. And then my quarterback was Jack Randwich, and we were playing the Sailors, and I was playing linebacker. And Jack was the backup quarterback, and Jack had to win for 4 plays. And when he was in there, it was the most uncomfortable thing for me because I'm sitting there playing against a guy that had listened to his voice for 6 years on offense. And I was so glad we put the other quarterback back in. I couldn't find a teaching job. I tried my best, I couldn't find it. So I started working in Duluth Hospital, thinking about going to the medical field. And then Marv Beckman, who's down there as Marv, made a phone call that changed my entire life. He called me and he asked me if I wanted to coach. So I ended up coaching with Bill Works on the softball team to start out. But I was foresight that him and Jordan Offro couldn't ask for 2 better people to mentor you into coaching. And then, after that, I ended up taking over as I ended up 1 year a coach at East, and I came back to Denfeld and coached here. In closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude for this incredible honor. It represents not just my work, but the efforts of my family, students, other coaches that I work with, and I'm proud to represent Denfeld High School. Thank you.
Yep.